Good afternoon from fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. There are plenty of things to do and see in the world-renowned resort city. Many do not sleep while they're here, so why should you sleep at the 361 World Men's Curling Championship, as it has entered Las Vegas for the very first time. And now we're down at the Orleans Arena. The final four teams remain vying for that coveted World Championship title. Here at the lovely Orleans Arena, it is Sweden taking on Korea. Luke Coley joined with Hans Frauenlaub this afternoon. Winner into the final, the loser into the bronze medal game. Second semifinal later today. Pressure's on. Win and keep going, and a chance to win that World Championship title. Sweden, of course, Niklas Edin, a two-time champion, trying to make up for a silver medal only. Wanted the gold at the Olympics. He's got a chance for gold here, needs a win in this one. Let's meet the teams.
Participating in the semifinal game. Starting things off, will you please welcome Team Sweden. Please welcome the lead, Christopher Sundgren. The second, Rasmus Rena. The third, Oscar Eriksson. And the skip, Niklas Edin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Team Korea. With the lead, Ki Bok Lee. Second, Un So. The third, Se Hong Song. And the skip, Chang Min Kim. All right, gentlemen, in just a few moments, this ice will be yours. Good luck, good curling. Let the game begin.
Those are the two teams playing for a spot in the gold medal game tomorrow. Sweden, they've been here before. First time for Korea into the playoffs. This team, their first trip to the World Championship as well. And let's look how the round robin shaped up. Sweden and Scotland were the 1-2 seeds, while Canada played the US, Korea, Norway in the playoffs, and Switzerland, Italy, Russia, Netherlands, Japan, China, Germany, rounding out the 13-team field here at this year's World Championship. Set up for our playoff positioning. 6 teams into the playoffs. Sweden and Scotland, the top seeds, then Canada and the US. Canada winning, Korea beating Norway, so that sets up Sweden, Korea, Scotland, Canada, winner to the gold medal, the loser to the bronze. Usual handshakes. Good afternoon, Hans. What do you expect in this one?
Well, good afternoon, Luke. And yeah, the on paper favorites would have to be Niklas Edin and Team Sweden, but Changmin Kim and his Korean team had a possible advantage. They played this morning in the qualifier game, so they've had a look at the playing conditions here this morning, and it's always nice to come off a big win. You've got a big positive momentum, and just a couple of hours later you come back on the ice and you're still feeling that positive of the big win this morning. So I expect them to give Niklas Edin a real contest today. One thing about this Korean team, they love rocks in play. They've scored more 4-point ends than any other team in the competition. They've also given up more steals than just about any team in the competition, so they love to gamble. They're in the right city for that.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And it will be Sweden that has the hammer. They'll try and score a couple points early. Sweden will have the red stones, Korea with the yellow. Of course, Sweden with the hammer via the top record in round robin play. I think for Sweden, their season, having that one off is a good thing, as Lee Ki-bok, 22-year-old lead, gets us started.
Wait a minute.
Both these teams playing at the Olympics. Korean team was the home country. All eyes were on them. Many eyes on Sweden as well as the favorite, and taking home the silver medel.
To keep abusing the gambling analogies, Korea, they'll be feeling like they're playing with house money right now. Big accomplishment to qualify for the playoffs, and then a big win over Norway this morning in the qualifying game, and now you're up against Niklas Edin. You can play with freedom. Nobody's expecting them to win this game except themselves, so they can just play with the freedom.
Corner guard goes out for Sweden and Christopher Sundgren.
Kan vara så att de fortsätter med lite om det blir.
Lee Ki-bok. He's won a World Junior Championship. Stepping up now to the open grade.
Yeah, won that with his brother at as the trial event for the Olympic Winter Games, and they both played at the Olympics as well. That second one slides into the rings.
Yes, his twin brother.
Kommer gå relativt rakt om du trycker till den lite. Ja. Ekis. Nej. Ja, den är bra. Bra, okej.
Well, goes nose. Still leaves Korea lying shot stone.
I don't expect Kim Man to play this any other way than aggressively. That's what's gotten them here. They're not going to change gears now. They're just going to go for it.
Oh Yun-soo, 25-year-old second.
And this Korean team, they specialize in heart attack finishes. Last night, they made an incredible angle raise for 3 to clinch the win against Russia that put them into the playoffs. Last stone draw for the win this morning against Norway in the Pacific Asia Championship, which got them here. They trailed China by 5 in the final, made an amazing comeback. Kim threw the winning shot with 3 seconds left on his time clock, so always something interesting happening with this Korean team on the ice.
Well, it was a 7-5 win against Norway earlier today. All played fairly well. The Sweden team hasn't played since yesterday afternoon. Probably a good thing. They do play probably the most of any curling team in the world.
I'm sure they appreciated the rest as Rasmus Rana throws this one. Very nice. Straight run back.
Nice.
There's the rules of play.
8 ends must be played here now. We're in the playoffs. 38 minutes of thinking time given each team. A 162nd timeout.
Yep.
Korea was cutting it close in their qualification game earlier today.
Double takeout.
And rolls the shooter on as well.
Nice. Keeping the force alive for the Koreans.
Normal utifrån. Lite mer curl här.
And Luke, now that we've reached the semifinal stage, the atmosphere changes. Only one game in action out there now. Full focus of everybody in the arena on this one game. The atmospherics are different. The noise levels are different. It just brings it up a notch.
Well,
Rasmus trying to see maybe they make a roll the other way.
Rolls deep, hides a corner behind that corner guard.
Control.
And that also changes airflow in the building. We saw 2 games this morning, changed it a little bit. Obviously, weather outside a factor as well. Doesn't seem to be near the frost that we saw this morning. Song Sai-hyun.
Yep, hard. Make good, hard.
But the thing with the frost, it still stayed pretty consistent speed and curl.
Yeah, it did.
Hard.
Get past the front. Very nice. Hit to lie 2.
Yes, Korea has had a look at those conditions playing the game this morning. As Luke said, playing conditions are fine, but they are different than they have been through the week. A little more frost, different feel. You don't slide as freely. Your brush on the ice doesn't move as freely. It grips a little bit. We did see a burned rock in the Norway-Korean game. That can happen. Just leave your brush on the ice and it just doesn't slide as much.
Oskar Eriksson asked to play the freeze now.
Hårt! 10 bak 4 bak 8. Behöver täppa den. Vi kommer missa ryggen annars. Bak 4 bak 8. Nej, vänta då. Rasmus bara. Bak 8. Ingenting. Ja. Lite nästan. Okej, ja då.
Sets for shot, but over curled.
얼마 보여? 60. 많이 보여.
The Swedish rock.
컨트롤. 방금 거좀 셌어. 세연아 라인 좀 잡아줄게.
방금 거 88이에요. 스피드는. 스피드 타임 88이야.
맞출까?
방금 건 좀 셌대요, 형이.
웨이트 끝. 3초. 경인해. 얍. 4초. 오. 예스. 얍. 오. 오. 웨이트 끝. 오. 오. 컬. 오. 컬. 오. You back.
Kim Changmin willing it to curl. Wants to keep the shooter.
Get to it. Almost better rolling out there than where they sleeve it.
Yeah, I think it fooled him. And this is another thing that happens when the ice is a
Den
little
curlar dit,
grabbier.
så det kändes som det var 4,5 nästan.
The house is not as
Nej, ta en
lively.
fot till is då.
So when you get those rolls, they don't roll
Sådär
quite as far as you think they might.
Det är bra. Ja. Ja, 75. Bak 8. Ta linjen.
Eriksson.
Linjen är bra. Lite kort. Håll igång då. Bak 8 behöver vi. Ett huvud. Bra linje. Bak 4 bak 8. Bak 4 bara. Vill gå. Kör då. Linjen är grym.
Grym linje. Kom igen, fortare gå.
Okej. Bra spel.
A little short of
13-2, 13-5 går de.
perfect freeze. Still sits shot stone.
그냥 이걸로 그냥 바로 이렇게 날릴게. 이렇게 볼게. 그냥 바로 때리는 게 낫잖아. 아니.
The ice conditions
이거
being
보고 날릴게.
slightly different.
이게 나.
Good news for the Swedish team. Chance to throw draws in the first end.
바로 옆에.
Give yourself the feel, even though you're seeing it on the stopwatch and you know in your heart that this is the weight to throw. It's not until you actually throw one that you can really lock in the confidence about how the ice is running on the draw. So nice shot there by Oskar Eriksson, gives him that feel.
조금 더 타이트하게 잡아도.
Are they trying to punch this through the hole?
A couple of options here, as long as he doesn't stuff it and jam it on the back. But yes, I do think he's trying to punch it through the hole.
Kim Changmin,
비슷해.
his first of this semifinal.
비슷해. 오. 예스. 예스.
Jam rest there, they do
Right
pop it
through.
right through the hole, straight through the uprights.
Samma isen där. Lite lättare fart än nu bara gissa.
Didn't lay a brush to it. Watch the angle on the hit, right through the hole.
Samma frys. Hade du någon skillnad på dem? Nej.
Nothing to it.
Limman är frysen nu.
Well, they're trying to get a force in this first end. It would be a big start because you see Niklas Edin, and if you've been listening and following all week long, the numbers that Niklas Edin puts up when they score a 2 in the first end, they're winning 91% of their games.
Tror de låga 80. Är det för
Yes,
löst?
a force early against this
Oskar hade
Swedish team is
75, jag gick på den hela vägen.
huge. They are deadly with a lead.
32-year-old Niklas Edin.
Den är hård. 60.
70.
Jag kan vänta lite då.
Nej, på linjen.
Bra linje.
Känn bak 12!
Tight.
Bak 8!
Tight. Är det
Bak
långt
12!
så
Bak 12!
bara klippa med den.
linjen är borta nästan.
Måste köra linje.
Duttar!
Ja!
Japp, håll den så vi ligger skottet. Japp, kom igen, håll vi rakt.
Freeze the back one. Down. End up tapping it just a little bit.
So there will be a chance for Kim Changmin to pop that one out of there. He might choose to lose the back one this time and keep his own stone sitting in the 8-foot. That'll generate a force. Swedish team have looked very at ease this entire week, Luke. Very home here in Las Vegas, interacting with the fans, just enjoying themselves and putting on an awesome performance on the ice. 11-1, #1 seeds.
This Korean team has had quite a week in their first World Championship as well. 7th at the Olympics.
Yep.
And guaranteed no worse than 4th here.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
That red go away.
There it goes.
And lie 3.
Absolutely welds the back on, so it's 100% of force now. Job done in the first end for the man they call CK. Kim Changmin.
45 aktiv.
Final stone here of the first end, Nicholas Edin. No stranger to these playoff scenarios. His 8th trip to the Worlds. He's been in the playoffs every year but 2.
It's pretty good going. Hard to do.
Get a look at the speed here of the ice surface.
Kom in I spelet nu.
Stopwatches are legal in curling to time between 2 points. Gives you an idea how far it's going to slide. 14.1 on the split time. No problem there.
Better work from the sweepers, but not a problem. A draw for 1. Korea gets a force, but Sweden scores first. 1-0 here in semifinal number 1.
Du får sätta vilken is du vill på stenarna också.
A single point in the first end by Sweden. A 1-0 lead against Korea.
Nära.
Good moral victory for the Koreans there in the first end, Luke. Great force.
85.
Yeah, and it was a low-risk attempt to try and set up the 2 for Sweden. They knew they had those stones surrounding the outskirts of the rings. It was still a draw against 3, which things can happen. But they had the 1 corner guard. There was nothing in the 4-foot as a risk, real risk of the steal.
As you said, Luke, Team Edin loved to get a deuce in the first end and then run away and hide. And Korea managed to hold them to a single, so they've got the hammer here in the second end.
Clean it. Walde. Kirang.
Key ball.
Yes, touch. Mine's good. 가. 헐. 헐, 세연아. 세연이. 헐, 같이 와.
Switch on the sweep now, trying to get a little bit of extra curl. Half around. Edin immediately asking for the freeze.
Just becomes second nature for these guys sometimes.
Like you mentioned how many games this team has played this year. They've seen so many situations,
Lite långt just nu.
so many of those games against top class competition.
This is game 110 on the season for Nicholas Edin.
Ja,
That's a lot
kör,
of
kör,
curling.
kör. Vi kan klara det. T-line, T-line.
Trying to get around it. A little more weight. Chips off it.
På deras topp 8 som våran
Bit in
guard.
between, Sundgren was looking for the corner freeze, a little heavy. Tried to take it around, feathered it, so it's open now for Korea.
이렇게 할게.
This Korean team got caught up in the phenomenon that was the Winter Olympic Games in Pyeongchang, the Gangnam Curling Center. Their compatriots,
3초, 또 다운.
Won Jung Kim,
Yep.
South Korean women's team winning a silver medal.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, the entire population of South Korea was into curling.
롤 센터로 롤. 오도로.
This team from Uiseong, same town as
Om vi drar några
Team
center
Kim
curlar
Jong
på
är
linan. Curlar den över så det finns inga hål, så släpper vi upp den och tar den
the
i så fall.
garlic capital of Korea.
Tjapp då. Ni kommer centern där.
7 sa han va?
So 2 in early for Korea, and a slight miscue by Sundgren. Rasmus has to play this run back.
Hårt. Inte hårt.
Had a good short run in the first.
Järnet. Wow, wow.
Oh, real close. And very nice, rolls it to the button.
A bit fortunate there, but it works out well. Blows it by the top stone, but flushes the second one and gets a great roll.
빨리 할 수 있어요. 오케이. 펌.
이게 어때?
Japp.
범퍼. 스테이크.
Oh, Insu.
스테이크.
오. 어. 오. 아. 오. 오.
This one has to curl a bit. Want to stick around. It does. No problem there.
Line 2, so in a position now for possible multiple scores. We see Frederick Lindberg, of course, 2-time Olympian, bronze medalist in 2014, playing with Nicholas. After that coaching, you see
Ja, tror jag.
Pia Lindholm, 3-time world champ,
Normal.
Henrik Leck.
Looking pretty serious. A lot of focus on the Swedish bench.
Yeah, this team trying to bounce back. They were a little subdued in the game yesterday in the last round robin against Japan. Just didn't quite have the focus, especially coming off a game where they clinched first.
Yep. In.
Ja.
Lim Yeon Sup. The entire bench.
Kim Min Chen, alternate player today. He was in the lineup last night for their playoff clinching win.
Hard. Hard. I can say this. Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
Just trying to keep these two separated.
They know how deadly the Swedish team are on the big weight double takeouts. Good angle.
Efter då tror jag. Liten flisa utåt, så är de i alla fall ute.
Kanske drar då.
Ja. Sen nu. Jag slår bakstenen och försöka vicka inåt också. Försöka få ihop dem lite. Normal. Bara tjapp alltså. Ja, eller lite vicka in.
Eriksson. Southpaw.
The only one in the field.
It's unusual. We usually have a couple.
Kommer nu.
What is it? 10-15% of the population left-handed.
Ja, ja.
Well, and as a line I always like to hear from lefties is everyone's born right-handed. Some overcome it.
Drage. Vill bara hålla lite rent
Very
så det
good.
inte bara tvärsticker.
Korea has to be happy to make this hit here. And lie 2. Sweden throughout round robin in their, and that's a 12-game round robin. 90% force efficiency. So now it's going to be tough. They're in position right now.
Här, Gibora.
발 진짜 가야 돼. 발.
Trying to hold the line straight. This one might be over curling infraction. Just on the nose. Nice shot. Well swept. Lee Kibok on the inside sweep. I get the feeling that deuces are going to be really important in this game. I mentioned off the top how much Team Korea love to gamble. With the hammer, they'll accumulate stones as much as they can, try to set up multiple point-ins. Take some risk doing it. This is a much more traditional, straightforward way of trying to score two. Just keep separation between the stones and execute out. Challenge is you gotta make 4 really good hitting sticks to cash a deuce in a situation like this.
Saw the indication to roll inside. Nose hit here. I'm sure we'll see Nicholas try and at least roll over to it.
Hard. Yes. Hard.
Gone quite a bit wider on the sheet this time, different path. This one's really moving. Has he got contact at all? No, it's a complete miss.
Wow. Went from a good look at 2 to now being forced.
Yeah, that's a bit of a disaster for the Koreans. That wide path, getting into the fresh ice, maybe a little grabbier. That one made a big move. Kim Chang-min knows deuce isn't going to happen. Don't worry, buddy. Just reset and make it next time. Not much you can do. It's already gone.
Yeah, the mental part of it is a big part. See how he'll bounce back after that one.
That's important because Seung is easily the most emotional player on this foursome.
Dean gets the nose hit, so Sweden outlying 2.
Kanske är det som är taktiken i den här matchen. Vicka ut på kanten och så ospelat och bara köra över.
Trying to keep his spirits up after that miss. Needs to put that behind him. Just focus on the good line read now.
Well, it's a real steep double. Go after it or just try and roll in front?
Looked to me from the broom pats before Changmin went down to the other end. Just looking for the roll. He's eyeing it up in the hack. Certainly not afraid to play high risk shots, but I think it's just the hit and roll here.
They're a lot of fun to watch play. This Korean team will already guaranteed the highest finish ever for a Korean team at a World Men's Curling Championship.
Yes. Hard. Okay.
Came into this game ranked number 4 after the round robin phase. They were tied on win-loss with Norway, but they defeated Norway head-to-head. So Korea got the higher rank.
Ganska distinkt. Kommer han är bak 8 så är det okej också. Ja.
Chance here for Sweden to force right back.
Jag kan ta nästan kant 8 förresten.
Get another stone in there, second shot, and Korea will have to take one.
Men det borde inte vara...
Trying to go force by force.
Helt bakom 10. Ja. Kommer vi inte gömda så kan du försöka dra ner den. Ja.
De blazar sin där. Den var ju maxsopad hela vägen. Det var typ i det här spåret. Så från halva banan kommer den släppa lite, men det borde inte vara så himla.
Fraction grabbier today.
Jag tror ändå
Draws tend to make a huge move really late, the last 5 or 6 feet.
Lite mindre bara.
So it'll be important for sweepers to stay close. Nicholas Edin's final shot here, the second end.
Perfekt linje, lite tight kanske. Nej, perfekt linje. Bra linje. Bara fart, linjen är grym. 4. Ser lång ut.
Nästan 10.
Ser stenhård ut.
10 plats. 10 bak 4. 10.
Gott om plats, aldrig. Japp. Bara klippa, framför
Now it'll make a
10.
move.
Sitt.
Gonna slide behind the tee line. They are line 2. They will force Korea to take a single. Nice shot by Edin. Perfect weight.
Well, went from an end where he had 2 set up, and Kim Chang-min now has to draw down, get to the button. to score a single point, tie this game up.
It's behind the tee line, so they've tightened the brush line up a little bit as Adin and Eriksson look on. It's narrower than the line that Adin threw. That tells me that Kim Chang-min probably just throw this back button, back 4-foot weight, use the backing. Challenge with this is just keeping your heart rate low enough not to overthrow it.
Last stone of the second end for Korea with an all-important hammer.
This one has a ton of curling to do, Luke. It's tracking. Sweeping for a curl now, but I'm not sure if it's going to make enough of a move. Here it comes. Nice sweep by Oh, carving it in there. Single point.
Single on the board, back by Korea in the second. So we are all square again, 1-1 after 2 ends of play. Welcome back to 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. Luke Coley, Hans Frauenlaub, semifinal number 1 underway, singles each. So now, third end, Leaky Buck. Start us off.
It's like a heavyweight prize fight, Luke, and it's like the first couple of rounds in a boxing match. They've just kind of thrown jabs at each other. Nobody's landed a big shot yet. All tied up on the scoreboard, but Sweden now with last rock. Let's see what they can do with the hammer in 3.
For me, it'll be interesting to see how Samsai responds after that miss.
Yeah.
The open hit, they had 2 lined up the whole end, and they have to take 1.
He is the emotional weather vane for this Korean team. When he's on fire, the entire team's on fire. When he's struggling, things don't go so well. So you're right. This will be an important end for him.
Well placed stone by Christopher Sundgren.
반 정도 보여요. 40. 범.
Kim Chang-min was asked in an interview this week, what's your dream in life? He said, well, if it could be anything, I'd be a gangster.
He's in a good city.
Exactly the right town.
There is a mob museum here in Las Vegas.
And when they asked him who would play you in a movie, he said, Al Pacino. Say hello to my little friend.
Well, the rollout leaves that centerline guard and another opportunity to go around it.
Ungefär samma linje nu.
Det känns hårt.
Lika lång.
Ja, lite vidare.
Om inte längre.
Ja, den skulle kunna vara längre. Ja, jag tror ändå fortsätta eka den.
Känns bak 4.
Okej, ta den här då. Precis ur fyrfoten, Ralle, vore nice. Linjen är bra för det också. Kom igen, kom igen, kom igen. Kom igen, Ralle, fortsätt.
Trying to take this one further back, go around that center line
Det är
guard.
så.
Speed seems a little bit better than
I was just going to say the exact same thing, Luke.
Freeze.
Seems to be good carry in the ice this afternoon. Sliding freely into the rings.
Japp.
It's about 30 degrees Celsius
Oh, yeah.
outside today in Las
Ready,
Vegas.
go. Whoa.
right around 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
라인 아니야, 라인 아니야.
Humidity higher though, and that causing part of the frost. That
Yep, freeze it.
There's not a lot of
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
dehumidification
come on,
equipment
come
in
on,
this
come
building
on.
because it's not typically a
Come on.
problem anybody has to worry about in the desert.
little bounce on that freeze attempt.
Tror bara frysa där nere.
But yeah, conditions here today,
12,75 på deras
very
nu.
playable.
Det går lite lättare för varje öl.
Still the
Skulle
split
du
time
helja
on the
med
draw.
armen är kort så är det
Still
okej
in the
också.
14 and change range. That's right where it's been all week.
Typ med lite aktiv.
Still good curl as well.
Det var ett bra spår, ser ut som. Lite tajtare än Krippas, men ungefär samma.
Okej.
Bra spår. Lite tajt. Ja, vi kan gå. Vi går lite för fart. Krippan kan hålla den lite. Ja, bra linje. Bra. Vänta, kjala lite till mig. Kommer nu. Farten räcker. Okej. Den är lite hård. Okej.
Good looking shot here from Rana.
Han kommer inte jättemycket på den här handen. Det är 4 fot. Med bra
Newest member of
sättningar. Det är
Team
ingen som har
Edin,
petat
but
ut dem.
Coming up on 2 years now.
Steen's won 4 straight European titles. Get a look at that speed now. Hog to hog.
Ka.
Sweepers jumped that one immediately.
Oh, yeah.
I think this one's light.
Room. Han är då det.
Both teams, as you'd expect,
Ka,
now in the
ka, ka,
playoff
ka.
phases of a world
Hard
championship.
line. Hard line.
Really strong on the brushing. That can carry a
Whoa,
stone an extra 2 or 3 meters over the course of a trip. This one's going to over curl. Perfect weight, just
De är skotten, men ändå
Overcurl.
mitt på vårtan där. Ja. Till och med lite luft och var skottet. Topp en fot är bra.
very nice pocket now
Svävar
for
ut en tiondel av
Det är samma
Sweden
is eller
to use.
sen. Det såg ut som han krokas in lite nu. Ja.
they've got the hammer here. in
Känns
three.
som han satte den här typ. Ja. Kommer du tajtare än det, då kan den nog sega in lite.
Ja. Är det där lite mindre eller?
Ja, en deci mindre.
Okej.
Har du lite lösare och ger den lite mer så kommer det gå lite rakare.
Inviting pocket to draw into for Rasmus Rana.
Linjen är bra.
Rätt mycket giv gubbar.
Ja, lite vid. Samma som den här. Kommer glida på tror jag.
Doesn't want to freeze all the way down to these stones.
Den går i bra spår.
Nicodine said I'd like it
Vidare än deras gula
half
än
on the
så länge.
front button if we could.
13-4. Helst stanna lite kortare än
This one is going to slide a little deeper than that. Probably right back to the stones. Right in the pocket.
Bra spel. 13-15.
Get caught just in a spot and thrown a few times.
Yeah, maybe. And I think subconsciously, when you know there are stones in the back, you're saying in your mind to yourself, even though you're trying not to, missing light's ugly. If I miss a little heavy, I've still got a shot.
Well, this is the first stone here. Sung Sa-hyun. See how he responds.
Good news for Korea is they have just seen 3 stones down this path. They should have a very good idea of the speed.
Ka. Whoa. Kom in här. Whoa. Senja. Line 2. Line 2 äldre. Line 2. Line 2
The line
äldre.
is just as important as the weight.
Tak puccio. Yep. Usman.
That's a very nice comeback.
Couldn't have placed it any better, right to the top of the button. Still Sweden line 1.
Men får vi ut den dit så ryker både den och den.
Sehyeon dialed that one in there very
Det gäller
Eriksson.
frysa på en till, men de är skotten nu. Den ser svår ut att få bort. Kan klippa garden också. Ja, han... Ja.
딱 붙여. 야. 웃으마. Good shot.
Line read, good communications between the sweeper and the line reader.
Så länge du får tunnare än halv borde du ha kraft ditåt. Ja.
There is a tiny gap between
Någon
the shot rock and the
centikel
stone
på linan,
behind
men
it.
inte mycket va?
So after a bit of sizing it up, looks like Nicholas Edin saying to Oscar Eriksson, just clip it. Little spring, it's going to jam, but you can maybe pop it off there. Eriksson,
The extension.
huge extension. Look at that.
Nice.
Great shot.
That went with ease.
Jag tänkte precis säga det. Men de
Stone
här
was nearly frozen, and Oscar Eriksson
Den här vill inte säga.
picked it out of there like there was a yawning gulf between the stones.
Nice.
That's the kind of weaponry that this Swedish team has. They've always got Rasmus Rana and Oscar Eriksson that can change an end around with a single shot like that.
Nej, jag menade bara att det kan vara någonting.
Yeah, it's a potent middle of the lineup.
Sure is. Same again for
Yep.
Seon Se-hyun.
워! 나이스 킥! 얘들아 웨이트만! 웨이트만! 얍! 웨이트! 얍! 헐!
Stone moved a little bit, so he can probably get shot this time if he gets all the way to it. Yes, he does. Again, just leaving that tiny gap. Will that let Eriksson try the same shot?
Får man en tjock träff så kommer den här draga in i den.
You've got to be so precise against this Swedish team, and just that 3 centimeter gap between the
Den
stones.
här, våran tar inte vägen någonstans, men de är skottet så
Be enough for
antingen
Eriksson.
klippa garden eller prova samma igen. Får du en tredjedel borde man få ut och ligga 2.
Ja, spela en tight, då tar vi garden så.
Ja. Jag tror lite mer än vanlig clearing räcker nu, men du kan spela samma om du vill.
Nej, jag spelar lite mjukare.
Ja. Gillar du isen?
Bra ut.
Eriksson can only see about a quarter of the rock.
Yep! Whoa!
Well, catch it thin again.
Wow.
Scored it out the side.
Makes it look easy.
Safe skippat där.
I can assure you, it is not. 2 perfect picks from Oscar Eriksson in this end. Against stones that were nearly frozen. Nearly is not enough against this
두 번째 건 좀 셌잖아.
Olympic silver medal team from Sweden. 2-time world champion.
조금 다 했잖아. 조금 다 했어요. 멋진 드로우야.
All the stones are behind the tee line for Kim Chang-min.
Oh, want to weld this one on. Here's Skip Stone's third end of semifinal number 1.
라인 좋아 얘들아. 77. 야, 가. 웨이트 달린다 가. 라인 좋아 얘들아. 웨이트 달려가. 타이트해진다. 웨이트 달려가. 헐라인. 웨이트 달려가. 헐라인.
This one is really curling. It's lighter than the ones that were thrown by Seong.
가드.
Just feathers the front.
Takes away that draw path now.
Sorry.
Sorry, says CK.
Ja, jag tänkte säga låga 13.
Jag gillar det. Spela.
It's about 6 feet light.
Sa du här, precis utanför.
Great chance now for Sweden.
Hålla kvar den här. Jag gissar på en
Duck around those
65
center
där nu. Ja.
guards. Sit front 4 foot.
Ja. Det
Set
är
up their
neråt
3.
där, det var ju 13 blank.
Ja, det är
Ja.
ingen på den. Oskar, hade du någon klocka på Krippas första omgången? Någon hogg?
12-9 på den som var ner bakom tiden.
Niklas hade 12-9, jag kom in. 13-3 har jag för mig att jag hade. Okej.
Seong and Kim look on.
Med sop i alla fall.
Hela omgången.
Will make this top button and almost secure a deuce.
Yeah, and really put the pressure on Kim Chang-min.
Men ja, jag behöver spela den lite hårdare och hålla den kvar utanför garden. I värsta fall går vi ner och tappar gul där. Man får ju frysen och
Front
däremot
stones are
4.
Korean stones. You could run those in, but those are
Jag tänker med
higher risk
låga
shots.
70-75 med en bra sättning.
It's a spot. Haven't seen us play as much in the end.
It's on the intern.
Okej. Men ekar
Sliter
de
av
den.
Lister. Håll igång, gör så va.
Med.
Tanka mycket!
Ja! Håll igång!
I garden.
This one really moved.
Yeah, it's almost like it grabbed a piece that hadn't been used. Rolls off.
A bit of a let off there, and
Svårt att veta.
that one certainly hit something in the ice and did something the Swedes were not expecting.
Ett hål i alla fall. Skulle han komma kort här ute också. Så fan ska jag sagt håll igång nu. Det är som det kommer lite mer här också. Ja, det var bra. Hade vi hållit igång den så hade de in på 4. Så.
Well, that's what you make of it too. Oscar Eriksson, former skip himself, says let's get off, let's chip off, roll away so we don't leave that inner turn draw to the same spot.
Yeah, it does make the pathway into that button area more difficult for Kim Chang-min. He squeaks the guard. Perfect weight. He should be able to get a piece of the button. That would be an outstanding result.
Light on his first.
여기 안 나가, 얘들아. 진짜 안 나가.
Sweeper's hammering this one as well. Got to get it by that guard, but this stone is already over curling. It's going to be short and on the front.
Almost to the nose of that one.
Puzzlement.
Quiet run back now for Nicholas Edin to try.
Oh, might even be able to get through the hole. If you can get through the hole, maybe you can score 3.
Hela 4 fot.
There's the hole.
Ser ut att vara möjligt.
It's a tiny one. Be brave to play it.
Den här 60 blir att
Eriksson
det går. Jag
looking
tror
at
att
the
den är helt
angles.
okej om vi trycker igång den från start. Ja. Hålet till.
Kim Chang-min shaking his head.
Så.
Said, I
För
thought
att
you
den
were good.
här är svår. Hålet ser ändå, det är tunt, alltså det är litet, men den är för 3.
Yeah, Nicholas Edin
Det är
taking 3.
1,4 sten kanske, 1,3. Ja, det är där. Det är frågan hur det curlar bara, men dragningen kan vara
How
riktigt
big is
svår
that
också.
hole?
Ja, det är nog inte ens
Using his
1,3
broom to
sten.
measure.
Det ser väldigt rimligt
Hålet
ut om vi
finns i
bara
alla
vet
fall.
hur det curlar där.
Det
Men
här,
frågan-
det här är ett hål. Spelar vi den vägen så kan vi, slänger vi inte ultranudda garden och träffar.
Ja, jag gillar den
Have to
här,
come out through the
men
outturn
8-0.
side if you're going to go through the hole. He's going to get a good try. Tiny little hole. Going to try to thread the needle.
Good read, Hans, on that one. The hole just big enough. Made a shot through a tight port earlier this week against the U.S. to score 3. Trying to score 3 right now. Last stone, third end.
Whoa.
Needs to curl.
Genom.
Well, pinball through,
Will he hit his own out?
and
He
it's going to be a
spills.
steal that
Oh
way.
my goodness!
Wow.
Steal of 1 for Korea. Pinball wizard. Stones flying everywhere.
So a single point stolen by Korea and a 2-1 lead after 3.
Det är hård och lite vid. Whoa. Genom. Genom. Genom.
Can you believe it? Nicholas Edin can't.
Here inside the Orleans Arena, it's the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship 2018.
Good.
Korea gets a steal against Sweden. One playing through a hole. Wasn't even looking at the steal as a possibility, but ends up coming in and giving Korea their first lead of the game. Again, winner into the gold medal game. Loser drops and will play for bronze tomorrow morning. Second semifinal later today. Scotland taking on Canada. Christopher Sundgren 90% for the championship.
Känns lite lång just nu alltså.
Well, Luke, you see a lot of curling games over the year, but every day you come to the curling rink and you see something a little bit different. And an attempt for a 3 turning into a pinball triple redirect steal of 1 for the Koreans. Really came out of nowhere.
내가 부탁드리겠습니다.
Yep.
The deeper that Korea gets in this game, remaining competitive, the more their confidence will grow. I'm not saying they weren't confident coming onto the ice. They've been playing really well. They know who they're up against.
Linjen är lite vid just nu. Bra linje. Bra fart. Kalla mycket tidigt. Behöver gå Oskar.
8.
Oskar behöver gå linje.
Nästan 4.
Max linje. Järnet, den är snart i. Hårt!
That one grabs.
Okay.
And these come-arounds are really fooling both teams right now.
Control.
Ice conditions are a little frostier today than they have been all week. Seems to be promoting a little bit of extra grab at curl.
Oh Yun-Soo 85% on the tournament so far. Trying to sweep. Get that one to the nose.
Ja. Det gäller chappa här, den här på också. Kanske bättre förresten. Ja. Gör det, chapp. Vickar vi in dit så är vi bite, det är okej också. 10-0.
Rasmus Rana, 87% for the tournament.
The youngest member on this Swedish team. Not that they're that old of a team. Just 23 years of age.
A lot of youth on the ice this afternoon.
들어갔어요? 안 들어갔어. 네, 마음에 들어요. 오케이.
Swedish Stone stays off the rings, so Kim Chang-min electing to draw around the center. Keep an eye on that split time for you. He's been fighting draw weight a little bit in the last couple of ends. Sweepers again on this one immediately.
room. 기복이만.
14.5, which has been good for T-line earlier in the week, but today
바꿀 시간이 없어. 얼마인데?
just going to come up just short of the rings.
기복아, 바꿀 시간이 없어.
So it's definitely slower this afternoon.
Slower, and especially that side, it seems, of the ice, the outturn side coming to the home ends.
괜찮았어요.
The ends or the even ends that we're playing right now.
En del den första taken jag spelar. Nu maxar du med den här hela vägen. Den kommer inte sticka,
Great
den
chance
kommer
here.
curla helt okej.
Han sätter en vanlig bra sättning.
Ja.
Sweden can hit and roll. There are a pile of stones to roll behind.
Japp. Right. Japp.
I think it's the situation, Luke, where after that unfortunate turn of events in the last singe for the Swedes,
Whoa.
I'm sure Nick Edin is thinking much more conventionally for a 2 here.
Ja, 8,
It's a
9,
little inside roll, hides a corner.
Slidar ganska tight.
Rana.
Perfekt.
Redstone in front of the rings for Sweden. Splittable.
Or if the hit and roll is made, you can
Control.
have the run back.
Yeah. Gives them options.
These are the type of games where that control zone's very important out in front.
No doubt.
Those 4-foot area, that 4-foot space, the red rings out in front of the rings, or the top part of the rings. 80% Song Sahyun.
Especially for teams like this, Luke, where both teams love the run back shot.
Japp. Whoa. 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 Listen. Kurt. Kurt.
Oh, Yunsun trying to sweep for a bit of curl at the end. Gonna get a piece. He's gonna roll it out. So now let's see what Nick Edin does with that redstone.
Tappen är okej också.
Ja. Jag gillar att runda. Jag tror att det är spåret är sämre. Jag gillar knacken, ja. Ja, vi har lite marginal utåt där också. Så. Ja. Går ju till och med att splitta här om vi tar tunt. Så jag gillar att spela typ en bak 8. Trycka den ganska långt snett, det är helt okej. Okej. Ja.
I think in many
Bak 8
situations,
kommer nog inte trycka längre än 10 på chappen ändå.
Edin would just draw around, but with the draw
Tycker de isen.
Jag kan ta en halv fot till.
fought a little bit by both teams. A little more room for error if you play the bump.
Oscar Eriksson at 87%. This team was
Sexton.
rock solid. Their
Matti!
one loss
Ja,
coming
håll
at
igång.
the hands of
Bak
Norway.
4!
Oh.
Bak 4, bak 8!
Rent.
Bak
Japp.
8, bak 8!
Japp. Yes!
Trying to hold the line.
Hårt!
Don't want to overcurl.
But on the nose,
Fractionally overcurls. Pushes it back 8. Edin sweeping it hard. He's realizing it's not
Dålig
going to
för den
bury.
där nere.
Take it deep. Good alert skipping there by Edin.
Vad är med boja?
Dåligt
Would have been a bit on the
bedömt
high
där nere.
side. Would have been happier to leave it higher in the house, but because he knew it wasn't going to be completely buried,
Jag vill ta en dörja boja!
sweeping it deep so there'd be no chance, even if Korea freezes, that Korea could lock them out.
Yep. Wait good. Yes. Hard. Wait good. Hard. Yes. Hard. Whoa. Hard. Whoa. Hard. Whoa.
They're by.
no roll, nose hit. Just fighting back of the 4-foot.
Nice shot by Sung Si-hyun. Seems to have the bounce back in his stride after that earlier miss.
Whoa. Hard. Whoa.
Cheeky, tiny little inside roll.
Jag tycker den känns lite lång.
Eriksson trying to
Går
follow him
vidare
down.
spår, kör med ändå.
Börjar
Bra linje.
sacka.
Ser ut att sacka.
Topp 4.
Tight. Topp 4.
Topp 4.
For top
behöver
4-foot
gå.
weight.
Till på skottet så är den grym.
Nästan 10.
Good looking shot here by
Japp,
Eriksson as well.
japp. Bra.
That's a beauty. Great shot.
Well, there's an experience called don't have to go down to the back one.
Exactly. Exactly right, Luke. Got the hammer. Get one in there. Get a good one. Make it a stone that they can't follow down. That's how you set up your 2s. Lots of Swedish supporters here in Las Vegas. They've made the trip across the Atlantic to support their team.
It's become a common occurrence every year for the Swedish Junior Academy to make a trip to the World Championships overseas. Not a bad year to come in Las Vegas. Nicholas was telling the story. He went in 2003 when it was Randy Ferbey and his team winning the world title in Winnipeg. I think I'd take Las Vegas over Winnipeg.
I was going to say, I think this year's crop of Swedish Curling Academy folks have got the better end of that deal. Nothing wrong with Winnipeg, but a little warmer here in Las Vegas, that's for sure.
Yes! Så tajta där idag.
79% on the week for Kim Changmin. This one, again, not going to get by that guard.
Really fighting the line.
But that one barely moves that just underthrown. He catches that. A little bit of piece of frost or spot in the ice.
Kanske är bästa.
Kim Changmin, look at his expression.
Tappar den i fart.
What's going on here, guys? Am I just throwing it bad, or is that stone maybe got a bit of a grinder?
Spela för cute liksom, då kommer den ta hans spår. Jag lappar på min rätt friskt ändå. Alltså.
It's 3 consecutive draws that have been short and over-curled for Kim Changmin.
Det är bra.
Nej.
Uncharacteristic. He's been pretty deadly with his draw weight all week.
Spela den som och täpa lite på den bakre, men dra den curl eller sacka in, då fryser vägen. Det skiljer inte mycket i dem. Så fort den tar ett inre spår, då kommer den börja sacka in liksom.
Ja.
Det går rätt trögt liksom där ute.
Ja.
Nadine's got some options here.
Jag håller ner den fast.
Preferred option would be to duplicate the shot that Eriksson threw.
Oskar
Well,
65,
right
jag
on
tror inte det är
top of
lika
his
trögt
own.
som min här i alla fall.
Ja, första halvan borde ju gå
It's a
lättare.
fraction full.
Han lättar det i alla fall.
He can actually draw around his own stone. Sit on the Korean stone at the back of the forefoot.
61, 69.
Känns bra. Känns som den gled på ändå. Känns rätt bra!
Bak 4.
Okej, vi kör för den bakre.
Solid numbers from Nicholas Sedin all week, actually.
Topp 4 nu. Topp 4.
All-star skip
10.
here at the World Championship.
Sweeping it for line, they are now going to the back stone.
Get by their own.
Just grazing it.
Still sit on the corner. Looks like second shot.
Yeah, I think it just hung on. Made the late decision to try and go around.
4 nu. Topp 4.
They're off it now.
10.
Now the panic. Gotta hit it hard to get past the top one, guys. Just grazing it. Yeah, but just hanging on for second shot. Seong Se-hyun taking a long look at it. Willing that redstone a little bit further back.
Just need to get to the inside, and right now 4 draws, just struggling with them so far.
This is an important one. Run the risk of dropping a 3 if you don't make this. Natural inclination is to really step your weight up after throwing 3 short. This one is tracking a bit. Sweepers can't do anything about it. They have to wait for it to curl. I don't think it's going to curl enough. Oh, it's close. It's close.
Fridragning
I
här.
think they got enough.
Och även säg att vi tappar lite insida, då har vi 2. Ja, får ju aldrig riskera utsidan. Går jag garden så har vi ändå 2. 2 är det vi vill ha. Det ligger 2.
What do you think, folks at home? Send us your votes.
Frysa insida, kommer den i garden så
Sweden's the redstone,
vill ha
Korea
samma
the
is.
yellowstones. Luke?
We know Sweden's line
Samma
1.
is med topp 4,
Certainly
10
no
tror jag
Sweden's
här. Ja, samma is. Jag
Point
drar
out the
3
obvious.
meter. Får vi sopa dit
I
den.
bet on Sweden line 1. Line 2, it looks like they may just be. Problem with the tough one for this is you can't really afford to touch those stones.
Exactly right. Now you have to draw cold right between them to get your second and hopefully your third point. You can't nudge that yellow one. Nudge the yellow one, you only get
Tappa
2.
insida för 2 i värsta fall.
Well, they just saw one in this path. Nicholas Sedin has to follow it right down with his final stone of this 4th end.
82.
Känns bra. Känns
Number
riktigt bra.
14.5 was short of the rings on the interval
Känns
times.
lite
This
löst.
is
Kör då.
the intern
Kör
path.
Miguel. Fridragning. Bra linje. Bra linje. Måste gå.
Goes a little more freely down this path,
Time
13.8.
should be pretty good.
Ingen död.
As long as they get the line to the inside.
Don't want to touch that yellow one. They're going to.
Do they get away with it?
We'll see.
2 for sure. I still think 3, they'll measure for that 3rd point.
We'll measure.
Red for Sweden, they got their dues for sure. This for a 3rd point.
Gonna swivel around and get a closer look before the official comes. get Oscar out of the way so we can have a look. Way you go, Oscar.
Thank you, Oscar.
What do you think? Blank.
Blank. It's a tie.
If it is a tie, it would be
Can't see.
No score. No decision. in terms
no
of
decision.
point.
It would still be 2
2
points.
Bra linje!
Måste gå!
Bra linje!
So at least 2 in the bank for Sweden on this final stone by Niklas Edin.
Sit!
Sit, he says. Didn't want to touch it, just touched it, just moved the red. 2 for sure. Niklas Edin, a lonely skip waits.
I'll take a little breather. Fighting some jet lag. They've had a lot of travel back and forth. North America, Asia, Europe, North America.
They're very accustomed to international travel. I'm sure that's no problem for them. The official comes onto the ice with the magic measuring device. It's amazing how many new fans to the sport, Luke, love seeing the officials come onto the ice with the measuring equipment.
Yeah, they don't
Let's play along at home.
normally take a part of play a big part in these games.
Watch the needle. Move your head. Come on, just a little bit. No, can't see the needle. We're gonna have to trust the judgment. Oh, there's a little look at the needle.
Looks like it is red.
Doesn't look like red to me.
Red.
Yes, it is. 3rd point.
Big 3rd point. Kim Changmin heavy. Niklas Edin gets 3 to lead 4-2 after 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet the horniest woman in the room right here. Oh, she's excited too. Look at this. Oh, no, show you a little. Okay, what I want you to do is something very simple. I keep hearing you guys. You guys are like all over the arena. You know, you start here, you're over there, you go back. I want you to do a chant for your team Sweden. Okay, I want you to get a chant. Let's see if you get the guys over there to make some noise too. Can you do that?
I can do that.
Are you going to do this in Swedish or you're going to do it in English? You do it in Swedish?
I take the oldest one we have in Sweden.
How old is it? Okay, so you're all ready to go? Okay, because you're going to get a great certificate for a $50 gift card to use in any one of the restaurants here in the Orleans and you get one of the great hats for this great event. You all set? Okay, ready? On 3, 2, 1, go!
Heja Sverige, vi tjuter! Det är det som tusen gör! Sverige, Sverige, Sverige!
Translation is, which way is the way to the buffet? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so there we go. I got that for you guys. Congratulations. Well done, you guys. And I tell you what, you guys make a little more noise. I got some more things to throw in the ice. So crank it up. Let's go there. There we go.
You're watching live coverage of the 3-6-1 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. As you see Niklas Edin just stretching it out. We begin the 5th end of this first semifinal. 1 of 2 today. A 4-2 Sweden lead.
13-9 på Niklas här, så det är höga 13. Det är bra.
Some of the Swedish contingent getting to do their chant over the in-house microphone.
75.
Yeah, nice atmosphere here in the Orleans Arena.
Nej, jag tror det känns bra.
First semifinal.
Känns fint. Bra svin.
Have another semifinal
Farten känns
later
okej.
tonight.
Ligger vid
That will
än så
feature
länge.
Canada
Farten
versus
känns
Scotland.
lite lös som något.
Gärna bara Oskar hålla igång för linjen.
Halva 4.
Big 3 for the Swedes in the 4th. Talked about teams exchanging jabs, and that's the first real heavy scoring blow. Be a solid roundhouse to the chin. Give Team Niklas Edin a 2-point gap. Doesn't mean they're they're home and cooled out by any means, but they are tough to catch with the lead.
Är du med? Silvania.
Very long corner guard. Might be looking to stack them up. That's something we've seen from
Linjen är
a lot
bra.
of teams
Med
this
på att det
week,
glider lite mer nu.
whether it's the double center guard or whether it's the double corner guard.
Lite tight. Dra in den eller? Ja, helst bara rally gå.
It's one of
Försöka
the
få
final
dem
events that
framför
will be
linjen.
played under the
Den
4
är bra.
rock free guard zone.
Okej, då kan du bara släppa
Next
den.
year,
Den är nästan
World
in på
Curling
8 max.
Federation is
Den är för lång.
moving to adopt a 5 rock free guard zone.
12%. Exakt samma fart igen tror jag det var de här bak.
You need a curling free guard zone. It's between the rings and the hog line. The first 4 stones, you can move your opponent's rock, but you cannot remove it from play, otherwise it comes back. Sneaky ball.
Room.
Now trying to use the corner guard.
I like this call. We've seen a lot of teams this week throw up a corner guard and then the play comes into the center and you never use it.
Yep.
You're going to put up a corner guard. For heaven's sakes, use it.
Go, 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 go. Good, 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 good.
Great
Nice
sweep
shot.
at the end, using that directional sweeping to try and direct it to get in behind. This is where the Swedish team is solid. Defending leads. They get a 2-point lead.
Nice.
Teams often use the times between the hog lines to determine how hard they throw it. Usually a normal takeout weight shot will be somewhere in the 9 or 10 second range, and Rasmus Rana on clearing shots, he's down in the 5.5 range. He really hums it.
Rätt håll för deras skull liksom. Så, nej. Room. Set. Room. 많이 돌아야 돼. Room.
So there's no leg of brush to this one. Sometimes this inside-out path is a little bit fresher and carries a bit more.
Oh, oh, good. Shot.
Good shot.
샷은 시야 얼마야? 7반. 7반.
It's a tight guard. Sits right on the logo.
Yeah.
We are in Las Vegas. First time ever hosting the World Championship. Niklas Edin has played in 3 previous events here, the Continental Cup of Curling. Missed the run back as Rasmus Rana.
I certainly hope it won't be the last time we come to Las Vegas, Luke. It's been an outstanding week here in Las Vegas. The first time that the USA has hosted a men's world championship for a while, and they've done an outstanding job. The organizers have pulled out all the stops. Not only this fantastic venue at the Orleans Arena, but the entertainment around the event. They've brought John Schuster's U.S. Olympic gold medal winning team here to the event.
That doesn't hurt.
No, not at all. Of course, those guys will go just about anywhere right now. They're being flown all around the country on their gold medal winning tour. Nice corner guard again. Yeah, fantastic job by U.S. Curling and the local organizing committee here in Las Vegas. And
Den är lite högre nu också va? Ja, det är inte jättemycket vinkel, men det kan ju bli, de här ligger ju så
international
enkelt att
curling
dubbla
events
och
will be
lägga
back
jämna
here in the
höjd.
future.
Lägger de sig dubbel om de slår dem då, eller?
Vad sa du? Kan han dubbla och vicka ut? Nej, han kan nog chappa. Har vi en dubbel då tillbaka eller? Ja. Kanske bara ta garden en gång till då. Ja. Jag skulle gissa att de inte slår dubbeln dock. De gör ju säkert något. Ja, ja, garden är bra.
Gonna play the corner.
Hänt. Håll in.
Just clears it. Yeah, Luke picking up on John Schuster's Olympic gold medal win, which was huge for U.S. curling. Quickly run you down some amazing stats after the Olympics. But the interest that's been shown throughout the USA after the Olympic Games. Ardsley, New York, 800 new curlers came in to try out curling after the Olympics. Bowling Green, Ohio, 1,000. Coyotes Curling Club in Arizona, 1,600 came out. Evergreen Curling in Oregon, 500 people came out to join. Grand Forks, North Dakota, Team Schuster came in, had a fantastic session with their people. Nutmeg Curling in Connecticut, 1,200
아니면 여기
came to
커머라운드
try out.
나쁘나.
120 of them joined as permanent curlers.
너무 어려워.
Peachtree in Georgia, Atlanta, 1,000 new curlers. They've added 3 new leagues, all because of the interest generated after John Schuster's gold medal at the Olympics. Amazing.
그냥 딱 티만. 오케이. 살짝만.
Korea has grown as well, obviously.
Yeah.
The amount following them and the success they've had at the women's and now here at the men's as well. World Championship.
Absolutely right.
Song Sae-Hyun.
Line. Waiting. Yep.
It's a Korean side trying to generate offense.
Oh. You stay up. Yes. Yep. Yes.
Yep. Whoa. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just trying to maneuver these stones around behind the tee line.
Okay. Shot.
Not behind the tee line, but he does create a nice pocket. Makes it a little more difficult for Sweden to
Vicka in någonstans.
move it out of play without jamming.
Han behöver nästan börja slå nästa, känns som.
Ja, jag gillar den. Normal eller?
Ja,
Vilka mitt bakom paketet tror jag är bäst?
skulle kunna lira en 8 och få ju lite curl i kalkylationen.
Ja.
Good percentage play here with the 2-point lead. Hit the stone in the open. Roll it in. Don't fool around with that stone in the front.
8! 8-0!
Bara rent. Ja. Yes! Yes! Hårt! Hårt, hårt, hårt!
Well hit. Roll to the back of the button.
Great shot.
Not even the back, the side of the button to lie 3.
Oscar Eriksson surveying his work. And it was a thing of beauty.
Hårt, hårt, hårt!
Bra, snyggt.
Yes! Hårt! Hårt, hårt, hårt!
Nice line read by Adin.
Bra, snyggt.
Great result.
아니면 여기 더블 치고
And so Hyung comes up to have a look. After that big 3-point end, you can just feel the momentum of this game shift entirely, Luke. And now you get the sense that this Korean team,
이건 여기 붙으면 돼.
not quite in desperation mode yet, but some serious concern. Fans in the stands giving some encouragement to this Korean team. That's fantastic. Fans here have been so supportive to all the curlers. It's great.
Which do they line up, trying to play their yellow back or make the side double of the 2 reds and roll away?
I think they're looking to promote their own stone. Push it back into the pile. Maybe just push the stones behind the tee line. We'll see in a moment. We'll know when he comes out of the hack. The speed of his slide will tell us the shot. This is going to be a tap back.
Yep. Yep. Go. Yep. Hard. Yes. Yes.
Trying to hold the line. Want this one on the nose, but it's over curling. Massively over curling.
Barely chips that stone.
Las är lite halvsvårt.
He asked for the ice to be tightened up, but it over curled by a pile. Real trouble now for the Koreans.
Eller gadda. Han får ju inte bort
Trailing by 2.
Han måste vicka in i...
Han har den här dubbeln, har han.
They've got the hammer. Look at this stone curl. That one on the nose of the Yellowstone. Just hits a piece of it. Pushes it corner frozen on the Swedish rock, so it might be a bit of a saver, but certainly not what they wanted. Changmin shaking his head. See the way that the yellow red is frozen.
Den här röda borde ju rulla in och täcka den här.
Hammer the top yellow, kill 2.
Snedfrysa där.
Går den rakt som du säger, alltså hamnar vi här så är det inte säkert att man fäller. Det är bättre än att du kommer så
En
här.
liten tap och hamna inne i skitan är bra också. Även om man kan smälla något sånt så rullar jag av liksom.
Hellre rulla in lite för mycket än att vi kommer upp mot chappen.
Jag tror så här, spinna kvar den lite grann. Det kommer vara lite segare på den här halvan nu.
Ja.
So I suspect Nick Adin just wants
Absolut,
to
match
change the
är väl
angles
fart
of the stones
igenom.
in
Borde vi
there a
ändå, så länge träffen blir bra då så borde vi ändå ligga okej.
Ja, det
Just
splitta
move
isär
them,
de här, det
sit
blir
on the
rätt bra.
corner.
Yeah.
Huvudsaken när vi får lite insida gul.
Ja.
Pretty sure you won't overthrow this one. Doesn't want to move them too much.
Trycker vi ner med varandra på locken.
Reposition them a bit. Change the angles, make it harder for the Koreans to run the stones in or get into the button area.
Lite segare här nu. Jag kommer spinna kvar den lite. Tar vi insida egen röd är okej också. Försöker spela den som en bak 4-8 själv någonting.
Adin just communicating with the sweepers. He'd like the stone placement.
Jag tror vi vill hålla igång.
Very positive release for Nicholas Adin on this one.
Yes, T! Japp!
Ja.
Japp, japp, japp! Järnet!
Rana,
T!
Sundgren.
T! Bak 4!
Ligger bra.
Kom igen! T bak 4! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Stones over curling slightly.
Ollie.
Just springs them off. It does change the angles. The yellow, red, and run in is still there, but
It's pretty close to where he wanted to hit that one.
I mean, the overlap of the two stones just to the right of the center line as we're looking at it. That's what's good news for Sweden. Bad news for
일단
this
다
man.
봐야 되겠다. 이게 안으로 밀리더라도 가고 내 건 노즈 남아야 되겠다. 맞지?
Maybe blasting something.
세아 정타 봐줘.
Then I saw the point of the nose. The nose hit on this one. Got to keep the shooter around somehow.
Nose hit would kill two. Stone
빠져나가야
right behind it, and the one on the button will go. He's got to be a little bit careful of drag effect. If he hits it on the nose, it will push the back stone towards the stone on the button, which will help.
First, skip stones. Big way to try and open up a scoring area.
Whoa.
One at the nose.
Yep, two stones gone. Sweden still lying two.
Bra här.
Den är äcklig. Det kommer trögt.
Now,
Samma tap igen.
Kim Chang-min saying, okay, that's better, but how are we going to get in there?
Jättefan.
Little roll on that one.
Kan ju garda. Han har ju den här.
Jag gillar att ligga 3, men då kan jag lägga mig
A
där.
little bit of roll.
Din meter 3 liksom.
No awesome raises
69 nu
for
med
Team Korea. We might get away with hammering the outside of the
Eller den mittenstenen.
stone not on the center line, and maybe there's the yellow stone,
Den här är
left
inte så
hand
lätt
of
för
the
två.
stones. That's probably the danger rock
Garda
from
centerstenen
Sweden's
eller?
perspective. Could hit that hard half on the outside and kill both Swedish rocks to score a single point.
halvträff.
Det här är ju det bästa.
Men hur mycket trögare är det här? Det är det som får. Eller
They
tappa
realize
för att få isär dem. Hoppas
Korea's
att det
probably
inte
going to be in
ligger för.
gambling mode, and if they
Problemet är hur...
Jag
guard
gillar
that one up,
dragningen, men
they
ja,
know that
det är svårt.
Kim Chang-min will just
69
try to
nu med-
draw around into
Om
the
vi
button
chappar
area.
yttre där då.
Den här.
It's a question what you want to
Ja,
leave
det är ju
him.
risk att det blir en gimme tillbaka. Chappa, lite utsida liksom. Kan stå på egen.
Eriksson patiently
via
waits.
egen, liksom. Jag gillar dragningen. Vad har vi för fart där då? Mitt 12, jag tror att den låga 60. Det kan vara långt. Det kan glida på lite mer.
Vi
men det kan
behöver...
Two stones to come.
Han har det här för
vara...
2.
Den här är
Ticking.
lätt, skulle jag säga.
Tar han en tredjedel så gör han den för
The
2
fifth end,
troligtvis.
you want to be at
Sätt den
about
i
the
tjockled, den kommer-
19-minute range. That's half of your allocation.
Okej. Sikta på att dra ner den hit då.
Ja,
Sweden
skalar den upp
running
så får vi ta en liten tap. Då fick
a
jag
bit below
få
that,
löst
but
den bara så
Din
att
dragning
In
där
control
var
of the game.
13.65, den som vi klickade i garden
No
där i tredje omgången.
Ja, jag
Den här
tror
var
det är
13.
något sånt. Om vi håller igång den så
Jag
är
tror-
den
Could
okej.
draw each button.
Liknande som förra.
Ja, ja. Ja. Jag tror
We're
samma
going to
som
give
förra.
max ice here, I think, so they don't come and touch those stones.
Jag tror när den träffar
Saw an indication, go back 4. So freeze doesn't get, draw down doesn't get shot
Är den
stone.
längre än full bak 8 så får vi ticka i så fall, hoppas på att inte lägga upp en trippel.
Ja.
Jag tror att om du spelar samma som du gjorde då, borde
Eriksson
du vara nära.
indicating
Och det var 69 eller?
where the tolerance is. Seung and Kim
Samma
looking on.
rotation, men försöker hålla den aktiv liksom. Låga 60 är det.
Korea's got the hammer here, but in a world of hurt.
Känns bra, känns bra. Kan hålla igång lite.
Håll igång lite,
Håll igång
linje.
lite, jag tror den kommer stacka.
Hårt! Hur kort är den? Varsågod! Oh, kan lägga garden. Ralle. Ralle. Ja, ja, kör!
Change here.
Yep, stone's over curled, so now
Japp,
they're
japp,
playing it more like a
japp,
guard.
hårt! Oh,
Boy, that
Actually
one
worked out all right.
Yeah, that one really moved.
There is that slash that you talked about. Hands on the side.
han träffade han rätt
I
ner
think
där.
it's only a shot for one, though, Luke.
나가겠는데
If you
3번.
get really fortunate and you hit 3/4 of it and caught the top one really thin, maybe a shot for 2. Pushing the red stone just sideways out to the edge of the 8-foot.
얇지만 않으면 되는데 5번만 안 건드리면 되는데 5번 건들 것 같아.
Big decision here if you go for it.
얇게 하면 근데 얇게 하면.
어.
Doesn't come off. You give up a steal, you're down 3,
이건
maybe
드래그라서
down
안 돼.
4.
1번이 남아.
이게 노란 돌이 나을 것 같아요.
Could always draw the button for your 1. And you're trailing by 1, but no surprise to me that Mr.
Going for it.
Kim Changmin, the Riverboat Gambler. It's been the pattern all week for Team Korea. That's what got them here. Well,
최대한 두껍게.
try to hammer the top stone hard enough to blast the 2 reds out. So he's not playing the back stone, I don't think. I think he's playing the top stone.
With this ice, it looks like it. Final stone, 5th end.
Yep.
Big weight coming from the Korean skip.
Whoa. Whoa, cut Whoa.
Willing it to curl. They need a lot of contact.
Thin.
Well, there
Scored
they
it
go.
out. Get
Wow.
the deuce. Thin double off of that one. And it is 2 on the board and all square. Not many 2s put up against Sweden this week. Korea just does that to tie it up after 5.
We have a chance to talk to some great people up in the suite number 1. We actually have Patrick McDonald, who is a 2-time U.S. Paralympian wheelchair curler. Why don't you make some noise for that there? And it's not you, Patrick. What next? Josh goes in. Okay, it's just, that's amazing. Thanks very much. How'd you guys do? Okay, so how did you actually get involved with curling? How did this all transpire for you? I got tired of the call. The other Scotch sport is drinking Scotch. Do you drink that too? Okay, fair enough for you. Now, you're actually talking to the guys up here because being in a wheelchair itself, the delivery's going to be different.
Jag gillar den här, men 8-0.
Well, 3rd end of this one, and a chance, narrow port to get through. Nicholas Edin looks at it. He's going to play that out turn through the hole. Pinballs off them, and an unlucky break picks their own off the back of the forefoot, and a steal of 1 for Korea. But bouncing back in the 4th end, Nicholas Edin, chance to play the in-turn draw. Kim Changmin heavy on his. Left the inside available. Chance here, draw in. Get 2nd point. They look at it. There is a 3rd point, so a 3 for Sweden there. And then in 5, line up there, Nicholas Edin missed his final shot, was trying to go around. Here the out turn, catch it thin off the top one. Go yellow, make the red double, and makes it look easy. The score of 2, and we are all square. 4-4 after 5 ends of play.
Blank på T-line och sen sten 2 där det är 13-3 bak 4 och nästa är det 13-5 bak 4, sen stannar det där. Och det har ju varit så varenda omgång, så vi behöver spela 14 blankt på den andra stenen. Det är till och med låga 14, då har vi lite sot topp 8 liksom. Tajma in där liksom, det är andra stenen som blir djup hela tiden, det är den vi måste få till.
근데 크게 들어올 때는 패스 좀 만들어놔라. 초반에 죽어보면 다 없다 이거. 그 다음에 어느 정도 속도 있으면 보면서 여기서 죽이면 되잖아. 알겠지?
Let's look at the numbers through 5 ends of play. 4-4 the score. Overall percentage advantage Sweden. In the draw percentage, 80 to 69. Some struggles with draw weight both sides. Overall hit percentage, Korea 88-84. 1 stolen point by the Koreans. 4-4 game here in 1 semifinals. See Canada beating the US earlier and Korea beating Norway to set up this semifinal 1. Scotland, Canada the other one. Winners will play for gold. Losers will play for bronze tomorrow. Lots of excitement in the building. The 361 World Men's Curling Championship 2018. 4-4 is the score. Luke Coley, Hans Frauenlob. Good first 5. Some great shots made for big scores. Korea gets that big deuce in the 5th.
That was huge. Absolutely huge. Fantastic shot to make it. And as we've seen all week from Kim Chang-min, always happy to gamble with the hammer for an extra point when they see even a sniff of it that comes off. As it's done so many times for them this week. And yeah, that keeps them right in this game. Sweden had control. The deuce puts the Koreans right back in the game.
Sweden with the hammer. First stone a little bit deep coming out of the 5th end break. Corner guard. Sweden going to work, trying to score in the even ends now. 73%. Trisor Sundgren had a few stones deep. A couple of rubs, just not his usual self.
Ice conditions are different today. There's no question of that. Fraction slower, fraction frostier. It can just change the feel when you've been playing on ice conditions that have been similar all week. You get muscle memory, you just get a feel. And when that feel changes even a little bit, it can just put you a bit off kilter.
89%, right on par with the tournament for Lee Ki-bok.
He's been really steady. This is a very impressive young player. He's got a great future in this game. World Junior Champion.
Korea has a strong looking future.
Absolutely.
Solid teams right now and lots. Growth and development, obviously. The Olympic Winter Games being hosted. South Korea helping.
Jag gillar nästan att göra någonting här.
Facility is just open just in the suburbs of Seoul.
En liten tap insida, frys, tap rakt, allt är bra.
The absolute phenomenon that was the interest in curling on the back of the performance of this Korean team as well as the Patriots. Kim Jung, Olympic silver medalists, as well as their mixed doubles team.
Kan hålla igång den för linjen. Håll igång.
Amazing statistic.
Håll igång, kommer tidigt. Kom igen.
Semi-final women's curling game involving Korea and Japan. 43% of the entire population of South Korea watched that game on television. It was unbelievable. Still fractionally over curls.
센터 막자요. 센터 싸움 하자. 오케이.
Okay, guard time.
괜찮아?
Aggressive call. I
really aggressive.
like it early in this end.
Really aggressive.
7번 가리자.
Normally after you score a deuce, especially if you've been fighting your way back in the game, you play the next thing a little bit conservatively to try and get a force.
라인 오버컬.
형, 들어간다 이거.
오버컬.
Kim Chang-min had none of that. Says, I like the looks of this situation. Let's go for it.
오, 셋 세우자.
80% on the game.
세우자.
Oh Yoon-soo.
세우자. 기보가 no. 오케이. 끝.
Grabs a piece of the center line.
Gillar du normal eller 10-0? Normal.
I love this Korean team.
Ja, det är bra. Vi kan få in
Always
båda
entertaining.
dit.
They live dangerously.
Ja, ja, det... Jag tror inte det kommer att vara stort bök där, men...
Live with the fire.
Kommer dra
Live with
lite
the
extra
fire.
vid
It
linan där.
happens. Sometimes they burst into flames spectacularly, but sometimes you get
Gillar du
the
det här med normal?
most thrilling shots.
Ja. Lite mindre kanske. Ja.
Rasmus Rana, 88%.
Bra fart.
Right in the neighborhood of his tournament average. He's had a very nice tournament.
Hårt! Hårt! Ligger bra, kom igen,
For
kör!
the roll of that back stone in behind cover.
Ja, bra. Snyggt.
Nice shot.
8-7 har jag. Hade behövt ännu
Using
mer
the
fart
top
för att
stone,
kunna göra
just
båda.
biting
Det är
as
bra det
well.
där. Bra resultat.
Båda inne nu i alla fall.
Ja.
잘 봤대, 내까지.
So now Korea playing with fire.
In go mode right now.
Absolutely. Sweden's got the hammer here in 6.
Line's good. 5번. 웨이트 good. 웨이트 진짜 좋아. 세이지 데미지만 하면 돼, 6. 룸. 살아간다 또. 오, 좋아, 좋아. 기버, 얍.
Oh, Yun-Soo trying to draw around the center guard.
오, 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 오.
One thing they do
오,
know is it's going to curl.
오, 얍, 얍. 오.
Very nice
Good.
shot.
와, 쓴다.
Great shot.
Right in behind line 2.
Träffen är det viktigaste. Vilken han ville lira.
Känns som out här ändå.
Ja. Låga 6 eller?
Ja, låga 6, 6-0 där någonstans.
Ja. Kommer dra ett par center men inte mycket ändå.
Ja.
Med.
얍. 오.
Trying to run it back.
오, 오.
Get 1-2. Just
Nice.
misses the third, ever so close.
Bra lid. Andra
They
sten tror jag i alla
move the
fall.
Koreans line
Roll in.
2. It's awfully close between the Redstone and the Yellowstone for second shot.
Försökte ändra för att få med skotten istället.
Watch how close he came to making a run back double. Just missed.
Need to hold it just a hair more. Just a smidge on that top one.
Just a smidge. Allison Kreviazek, that's her favorite phrase. Smidge is a bit more than a hair.
Small definitions.
Yeah. Micromillimeters. Nicholas Edin studiously looking on. Seon Se-hyun, 75% for the game. He's been up and down.
오.
Get that early miss
태발게,
on the second end.
기버가 태발게. 얍.
Bounce back.
얍.
2 good shots in the third.
너무 세, 너무 세, 너무 세, 너무 세. 너무 세,
A
너무
lot
세.
of weight
너무 세, 너무 세, 너무 세. 너무 세, 너무 세.
rocketing into the rings. Pushing it back. Spilling behind the center. Leaves Korea line 2.
Skicka garden så. Det andra spelar ni egen där. Vi öppnar upp den här då. Den är tredje sten just nu.
Great result for the Koreans would be
Den är
forcing
lättast
Sweden
då.
to
Vi
one
kan göra
here.
den på dubbeln också. Okej, 2 vägar in.
Ja, det kanske är klokt.
Changmin nods his head reassuringly. No problem.
Få
Line
träff på
2.
skotten så är den
All
öppen
good.
i alla fall. Gillar den? Ja.
Sweden with lots of stones to run
85.
back.
Ja. Känns som att dra 0 centimeter.
Love the
Volley
run back.
clearing.
Ja.
Looks to me like he's going to run that stone just on the biting of the front 12 foot straight back into the shot rock. Oscar Eriksson,
95.
얍.
such a good player.
오. 얍. 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 오. 야! 네.
Well, make the double, but sits
Volley.
top of the button. Almost more important than making that double that he stays in that
Volley.
position.
Absolutely
Okay,
stuffed it in there.
얍. 노즈 정말 좋아.
Oscar Eriksson will have another look.
웨이트 펌퍼.
Traction high, slams it. I was hoping for a little bit of action on the Korean stone at the back of the 4-foot, just past it. So delicate but makeable shot here for Seong Se-hyun. Should be able to get to the nose. Thing is, when you up the weight a little bit, they can track, run a bit straighter.
얍. 이.
On
얍.
it immediately.
헐. 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 와. 얍. 와.
Good sweeping, holding it straight.
Just clip that yellow one, but it's to lie 2, possibly 3. We're not sure on whose third shot.
So, yeah, it was by the guard by a whole
Spelar
smidge.
10-0 eller?
Yeah, we had another smidge to get by.
Miles of room.
Är vi helium så är det inte lätt
shot.
för dem.
Det där eller vilka över.
It was an alert sweep
Ja,
read.
för gul med.
Där har man ju lite tungt.
He jumped that one right out of hand, held it.
Ganska lätt att slå den ändå.
Good result.
Ja, jag gillar den. Så eller så då.
Ja, kanske lite mjukare då.
Är
10,5.
det 11-0 eller ett vanligt 10?
Ja, vanlig 10 kanske.
Ja.
Lots of rocks in play. Low probability of a blank. Rasmus Sturm, was that a bit of a whistle for the don't sweep from Oscar?
There's a few whistles out there.
Klippa, gå, mata. Hårt, du har 3 center. Kom igen, kom igen, kom igen, kom igen, kom igen.
Little flip. Get the inside.
Just that tiny inside roll could be quite significant. We saw how Seung's taking another look. Who's third shot? I don't know. He came really close to that guard with his last one. Still hit it a bit on the high side. So if Kim Chang-min wants to get to nose, he's gonna have to throw probably hack weight.
The worry of that one in the back of the 8-foot is that jam. That
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Has to virtually get to nose to avoid that jam.
It'll be important. Other options, try and go over the top of it.
Yeah, probably lose your shooter, or at least leave the Swedes second shot. So Kim Chang-min 65% for the game.
Blows tournament numbers. He just missed a few shots in the middle, but it's not as, it's which ones you make sometimes.
Exactly right. Kim Chang-min's shooting percentages represent the risks that he takes with his last ones.
안 돼, 안 돼, 안 돼.
This one, though, tracking really wide.
안 맞아.
He's going to have to pick this one out. It's not going to get to nose. Has he got contact at all? He's got a piece. Seung trying to sweep this one as deep as he can, leaves it in the rings. And does he leave himself in the back ring ahead of the Swedish rock? I think he has.
I think he's 2 for sure, maybe even 3.
Maybe even 3. Boy, talk about rock distribution.
저도 막 닦지 말라니까 아까부터.
Little raised eyebrow there from
Kommer aldrig
CK.
åt den där om vi inte spelar den själva nu.
Yellow's line 1 for sure.
Runda centern känns det som det
3
naturliga
stones
slaget. Men
just
missar
near the
den, då får de
fringe
inte
of that
chans.
8-foot circle.
Kan ligga
Who's
skott om
second?
jag kommer
Who's
kort,
third?
kommer
Who's
runda
fourth?
till. Då är det bara slå där bak. Ja, ligga skott där, då måste han slå. Men andra sidan får vi inte mer än 1. Nej.
Lots of room for Hedin,
Enda
but
sätt att få 2 det är att
he's
lägga en
not
här.
interested in 1.
Antingen det eller spela på den här själva. Splitten eller? Splitten eller tappen på något sätt och liksom ligga. För ska han runda det, då ska han tappa och ligga 1. Så bara kanske. Du måste outcounta den. Jag inte gillar med den här det är att om jag någonsin missar den kommer halvgömd bite 8 då har han jordens läge. Tappa den här och ligga skott där då.
Fredrik Lindberg looking on.
Den här då, vi måste ju få in en full 8 nästan. Den här alltså.
He has left after.
Ligger han skotter och drar
It's
han
a
bara.
long week.
Kanske är
12
rundan då.
games, playoff games.
Spela det du känner Niklas.
Får vi
games
netta
of
så
fingernails
leder
to
du ändå
hang on to.
efter 6. Ja, jag gillar rundningen.
Hopefully.
Bite 4
Well,
där.
certainly for Sweden, they'll be playing
Vilken vill du ha?
Spelar ingen roll tror jag.
tomorrow regardless.
Ja, känns som att rundan är bra. Jag är inte emot den tappen om du gillar den, men...
Talked about tapping the stone in the front of the
Nej,
8-foot,
kör den här rundningen, den ser bra ut.
but now it seems they're going to come
Kommer jag ut
around.
lite öppet nu så har jag mycket att träffa ryggen där på. Ja, det är sant.
Streaking end.
Vi har full 8 för att ligga 1.
Den sista var igenom klart. Jag vet inte vad de skulle göra, men tappade lite insida.
Ja, han kommer ut som ett spett då.
Ja. Lite lättare ändå, tror jag, än i början där.
Sweden with the hammer here on the 6th end.
Lite
Two rocks to
mindre.
come.
73%, lower than used to seeing out of Nicholas Edin.
And both skips have struggled with come-around draw attempts in the first half of the game. Seem to be finding their range now.
Ser bra ut, ser bra ut. Bara linje.
Making the adjustments.
Lite tight. Lite kort. Krippa behöver gå max. Hårt! Bara full 8 nu. Bara full 8. Bara full 8. Bara full 8.
Over curling, so they want to just let that one stop.
Exactly right. They
Shot stone, though, as far as they could have come and still be shot stone.
Hyunse. We can double those off.
얼마 보여? 센터 거예요?
아, 50? 50 정도.
이거는
아, 이게 50 정도 보여요. 5, 60.
Oh, Yunsen halfway up the ice saying,
그거 한 60, 70? 70
I can
정도?
maybe see enough to
이게
get
더
to
많이 보여요.
nose.
이게 더
Look at
신나네.
it. It's higher in the house than the last one, though. So Kim Chang-min makes a play at the shot rock. Less room to curl to get to nose.
비슷하게 보여요.
Hyun Se-hyun immediately saying, let's play the double. Catch the top one, then hit a quarter. If he makes this, it'd be like 4. Has to hit about a quarter of the rock to the left-hand side of the brush.
To kill these 2 Swedish stones.
Yep. Yep. Oh.
Calls it immediately out of hand.
Yes! 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 Whoa! Yes!
It's close. There's 1.
Sure.
There's 2.
Move it all the way through.
Great shot.
Force is on here. And Niklas Edin forced to draw for the single point.
This Korean team winning the hearts of a lot of the fans here in Las Vegas with their gambling attitude.
Sure.
Great shot.
Yes! Whoa! Yes!
Absolutely perfect.
Whoa! Yes!
Kör!
Very nice.
Vi tänkte någonting om du skulle lägga samma fart som
Nice for Niklas. He just threw a draw in the exact same path. Needs to get this one to the 8 foot.
Lite mer aktiv borde det motsvara. Alonis.
Normally a really routine shot, but when you're looking at 4, it's a little bit smaller at the other end.
Bättre linjen.
8 foot needed for the 2-time world champion. Taking on the first-time
Ganska
world
vidare.
competitor.
Gå vid linje. Känns bra. Håll igång. Se kort ut.
Yes!
Not worried that maybe it coming short.
Eriksson
Got
out
to
to
get
help.
this to the 8 foot. Really need to keep this one going and get it to the 8 foot.
I don't know, Luke.
How far did they go?
I think it's a steal of 2. 1 for
One
sure.
for sure.
There's 1. They're going to look for the second.
I think they'll probably throw a stick on this one.
Seong is asking for the measurement. He's certainly not going to concede it.
Ingen got it.
Eriksson kicking the stone off.
Major.
And
Whoa.
it's going to be a steal of 2.
Conceding the 2. It is a steal of 2.
Yellow.
Wow. 6th end. Niklas Edin drawing against 4. Slightly light. Steal of 2 for Korea. Wow.
Sorry, jag nice.
Okay. Sayonara. 소린다리가 이러죠. 들어오고 진짜 너무 어려워. 진짜 너무 어려워. 지금 들어 저런 팩이 안 된다.